Alright, hope everyone's having a good day. Uh, we're back to the one button game, and today we'll be looking at the potential risks and um, the limits, the audience, and demographic that I'm looking at, and then we'll dig into the genre. So, the risks, while it's currently not a problem, one of the major risks I really have is going way over scope and putting too much features in and then blowing the scope way out of proportion, leaving me with like little or no time at all to do anything. The game itself currently, it stands out due to the implementation of the theming, but there's a high chance that it'll get called out because, oh, that's a zigzag game, and my favorite company has zigzag game and it's awesome, it's way better. That's always going to happen. I just know that it's always going to happen. You're going to get called out for something in your game, unless it's like pure ultimate. You have thought of everything, looked at everything. There's that chance that it's going to have something in there. So some of the limits, as limits upon myself, is the integration of the social media that I want to have in it. So being able to submit your scores. I've never done that before, and that's going to be one of the potential things that I am going to get stuck on. And then secondly, it's going to be the shaders for giving a toon effect, to give it like a highly... I really like some games where they're like very colorful and just boom, the screen blows up in your face when something interesting happens, and that's what I want to throw in there just to keep visuals like really interesting. Because potentially what it is like when the rocket's going up, the particles I want to be like really flashy, and that's what I want to throw in there. So that's like something that might kill my time, just because of the art style. Then jumping down to the potential audience and demographic. So how many people I can capture is, I start off from the top and then dig it down. So there's 800 million users. Then I'm going to be shipping to ice cream sandwich or above, so that's the OS. And then those who play social games is where my game currently sits, is roughly, because it's a target at English, that leaves me with, this is only the American records. I know Korean countries know English, but I'm just going off with rough estimates of how many I can get, and that's about 182 million, which is, I'm not going to get, I know, but that leaves me with that percentage. And then in the American market, 61% of the gamers are female that play mobile games. That's just statistics, based on what I found from Inamobi. Then it's followed by actually the gaming market for mobile is between 45 and 54, which is, it's really high up there, but my target is between probably the 15 and 30 mark. So my game would be focusing on those, and that's more action based, where the older kind like puzzle games more often. So based on the statistics that I found in Amobi, majority of the market for social games is the Chinese market, but I'm going to be targeting the English, and then the audience is likely to be the casual market, and that's due to the nature of the playstyle being short bursts and like highly impactful and fun. And then the players that play the game don't have a lot of time, so these are the people that just want to pass time. So they're going to be like colleagues during their work breaks, or you're waiting for a bus on a train. That's where the game is shooting for. And that's why the gameplay is going to be kind of short and burstful, because that's who I'm going to be targeting. While the casual market doesn't buy, they buy fewer games, but they're influenced by hardcore gamers. And if I can throw a hint of hardcore in there for long-term play, then I can attract more market. So I got to look at those type of things as well. And then followed by the players will expect simple gameplay with one button, just because of the casual market. They like simple entertainment that they can just sit and play, and that's where the one button comes into play, because it's simple enough, and it's just a short, impactful arcade game, and that's why this all like sticking together. Then followed by the genre. So it's just broken down into a bunch of categories here. So we've got the visuals, which are plain and simple. I'm going to go for a block-like, high-polished anime look. The player's perspective is going to be, the player will be looking at the spacecraft from the side. So it goes up, you look at camera, it goes up. That's how it's going to be going. So it's based in 2D, momentum based, which will give the camera like a smooth follow through. The story backing to it is you're an astronaut and you just want to get to the next moon, and to the next moon, to the next moon. That's what it's all about, getting to the next moon. The settings, so the game resides in a comical based, over exaggerated playstyle with effects. That's why I was talking about the particles, because I really, really like it. Then followed by mechanics, so it's one button, simple, it's touch based to control the movement, which is zigzagged, and then the sort of game is easy to control but hard to master. So hard to master is when certain elements come into play that, like asteroids, when they come past, that's going to be harder. And then when you finally get into the meteors, then that's going to be like double hard. Then the play session styles, so they're a bit longer than the average zigzag game. And this is where I'm going to have to make it a bit more interactive to keep, a player's grasp on enjoying it. And that's where difficulty comes into play, because the longer you play, the harder it's got to get, making it actually worth going for longer. And then the age appropriateness, I'd probably say, because of how large the market is and how it all works, I'd probably say between 6 and above, because a 6-year-old will still enjoy it. But I am targeting between the 13 and above, just because of how the mechanics work. So the youngers still enjoy it, but the younger generation will like it still. But the real enthusiasts are between the 20-year-olds and above, because of how the gameplay will work. And speaking of the gameplay, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but if I have a look at this is currently, it's really small, but it's got the necessaries that the game has. So we've got tapping that will make the player turn left and right, or straight. I still got to decide on that one. They've got to avoid the obstacles, which in this case is the birds, satellites, space debris, meteorites. Then the scoring is distance based. Then the camera perspective, it's going to be lerping along with the player for the acceleration and to show like progress throughout. So that's like, say, I'm still thinking about boosts and whatnot, but say you get a boost and then it's like boom, you're going to shoot off and the camera's going to be like trying to catch up, and I reckon like that alone will be excitement, because it's like, I'm really going fast. And then followed by the Facebook integration and Twitter, because the social market like to upload their scores I don't know how true that is, but the research I have done shows that yes, they do. And that leaves it for today. I'm gonna say thank you for watching. It's really appreciated, and I hope you're learning something about this, about the process that I'm going through. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.